Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, lovely people. I greet good morning, afternoon, evening because I know you may be watching me from different parts of the country. And also, depending on the time that you are watching me, I know you fall within the category of the greetings I've just meted out. I'm so excited to be a facilitator this moment, and I hope we have a very fruitful and insightful session where I'll be taking you through network, and then what a network is, and we will also look at some types of networks that we've got. The world virtually today is all about networks. After the university, after school, if you want to gain work, job, is dependent on whom you know, and that is all network. When you want to even communicate to someone, sometimes you must pass it through someone or a channel. The channel itself is also known as a network, and that is no different in the world of technology, and it's no different in terms of ICT or IT, and then the computer society. And so virtually I'll be centering my network on computer networks today. I'm not doing this alone. I have co-facilitators who will also be taking you through various types, among others, as we search for it. They will introduce themselves as and when they come in to disseminate their information, also teach what they've also got. And so briefly, I would want to take you through what a network is before I leave it to my co-facilitator to also continue. So, like I rightfully said, we are looking at network. And so I told you to connect to the world is by means of network. So I say connecting the world, and under it I say understanding network types. Remember, I said we are going to look at the network and also the types of networks that we've got. So understanding network types. Now briefly, what is a network, one may ask? In a simple put, as its core, a computer network is a group of interconnected devices that can share resources and exchange data. Think of it like a conversation between multiple friends. Like I said, if you want to relay information to someone, sometimes it goes through someone. And so just think of network as being a conversation between multiple friends. Like you have about 3, 4, 5 friends that you're having a conversation with. Is that okay? So how the conversation flows forth and back, or back and forth, depicts how network works, or the interaction of a network. So think of it like a conversation between multiple friends. Information flows back and forth, making communication possible. You understand? So to actually have a communication, it is a to and fro something that happens. And so communication is only possible when there is the to and fro version of it, without which communication isn't possible. And in like manner, it is the same way that network also operates. Network, more or less, is a communication. So we see this time around, the communication is not between the friends, the multiple friends as we are mentioning, but then a communication between computers. Okay, communication between computers. So one computer communicating to the other and receiving another message from the one that is being communicated to. All this one is what we termed as network. The links that they've got to share information and then also to communicate. The sharing of the information in the IT world we call network. From sharing files with a friend to browsing the internet, networks are the fundamental. They are the fundamentals, to know how to use technology every day. So virtually, there is no way you can actually make use of the technology if network is not in play. So to be abreast with the usage of technology, you should know that definitely the network is there to play. Understand different types of network helps us appreciate their unique rules in our connected world. So now that we know that network is the intercommunication of computers, or computer network, a global communication of computer networks, this is a network. So how they share resources they share information, they communicate among each other. That is network. Now that we are abreast with this, we need to look at the various types of forms of network that we have. And so when we are abreast with the types and the forms that we have, then we will know at what point can I use this network, at what point can I also use this network, and even whilst working and sharing information, which type of network am I even using. There are all the types of networks that we'll be looking at going forward into the lesson. But then I'll pause here and I'll introduce one of my co-panelists to also come and take you through the other types of networks that we have. And trust you, by the end of this lesson, it will be very, very, very much insightful. You now know what a network is, and you should understand and know the various types of networks that we have and what they are used for and what they are. See you again as my co-panelists take over, and then possibly I may come again to sum it all up. See you. Enjoy the rest of the lesson. Bye-bye.